Got to do these. Who's going to do them? Go get them. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it was sticking out. Yes,
looking at the clock. Keep looking at the clock, dude.
All right. Verizon Wireless says it's one.
AT&T says it's one. Good afternoon. Welcome to the January 23rd, 2023 meeting of the Jefferson County Board of Zoning Adjustment. The Board of Zoning Adjustment is a 5-member board. 3 affirmative votes are required to approve a request for variance or other appeal. For anyone addressing the board today, please give us your name and address for the record, and then tell us what your hardship is or what your objection to this request may be. You'll be given our decision today verbally, and you will receive our decision in writing within 10 days. Zoning approvals can be issued immediately following the hearing in our office at room B200. However, you will first be required to obtain a permit from the Jefferson County Department of Health if your application involves connection to a septic tank, or the Jefferson County Environmental Services Department if your application involves connection to a sanitary sewer. Anyone disagreeing with the board's decision today has 15 days in which to file an appeal in circuit court. Also, we ask that you silence any electronic devices during this hearing. First case is A220046. Applicant is Lydia Matthews, 5617 Horst Way, Mount Olive, 35117. Would staff please present the case?
Yes, ma'am. Again, this is case A220046. It's a request for a variance for the terms of the zoning regulation to allow recording of a 2-lot subdivision with each lot having 35 foot of road frontage in lieu of the required 50 feet, and to allow subdivision of the property resulting in an existing building being located 12 feet from the side property line in lieu of the required 15 feet. This case is really brought on by the waterworks, requiring that each lot have road frontage. Therefore, they were having to subdivide the lot with the easement. Neither lots had ingress-egress of the required 50 feet. The area consists of subdivision with acreage tracts in the R1 single-family zone and A1. The land use plan designates this area for family residential designation. There's precedence for this. Since enforcement regulations have begun in 2003, there are 16 cases allowing for lots with less than 50-foot road frontage to be approved. Of these 16 cases, 15 have been approved. Staff evaluation of the county zoning regulation require minimum road frontage, again, of 15 feet in A1 lot. However, the regulation allows for creation of lots without road frontage so long as adequate access by other means is provided. Again, this case was brought on by the Water Authority, making though both lots have to have road frontage. That being said, staff recommends approval.
Does any member of the board have questions for staff or the applicant?
I don't.
At this time, we'd like to open a public hearing regarding this item. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition or support to this request? Again, give us your name and address and your reason.
My name is Lydia Matthews. I live at 327 Westview Road, Gardendale. And I like to divide my father's property between me and my brother equally and within whatever the law parameters are.
Any questions? Anything else? Okay. No other questions? So, at this time, the public hearing, is there anyone else that wants just to speak? Just making sure. At this time, the public hearing is closed. If there are no other questions or comments from the board, may I have a motion from the board?
I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Aldridge and a second by Mr. White. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Your variance has been granted. The next case is A 2022-047. Applicant is Robbie Washer Romar Construction, 2409 Carmel Road, Birmingham 35235. Would staff please present the case?
Yes, ma'am. Again, this is case A220047. It's a request for a variance for the terms of the zoning regulations to allow residents to be reconstructed on an existing foundation located 8 feet from the side property line in lieu of the required 9 feet. 9 feet is required in our regulations in Article 6, Section 1607.02C. The former residence on the property was burned and has been and all that remains is the driveway and the foundation of the house. This is R2 zoned again. It's single family residence. It's 0.26 acres. Like I say, the house was burned, and we have the application proposing to construct a residence on the footprint of a former house. You can see up here, there are no hardships that relates to the land. The variance is for the to be 1 foot closer to the property line than was. Summarizing, it just was probably some kind of a mistake or something maybe, or it's just a non-conforming piece of foundation. However, there are no hardships, so staff recommends that it be approved.
And this is just one corner of the foundation.
Right, one side of it.
Yeah, one
I
corner,
got it.
the back corner,
Yes,
not the front's 11.
Right
and-
there, there's the,
Right, okay.
right there, the 8 foot. You can see the 8 foot right there.
That's what I was looking at. Okay, are there any other questions for staff or the applicant on this case? Okay. If not, at this time, we'd like to open a public hearing regarding this item. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition or support to this request? Yes, come forward and give us your name and address.
My name's Kyle Godwin with Romar Construction. We're requesting this variance as the foundation backs up to a backyard fence. The house had been there for 60-something years and burnt down. It's been burnt down since April, and just request this approval.
Okay. Any questions? If not, is there anyone else who wishes?
Well, we'll just need to get his address.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
81 Brown Road.
81 Brown.
Road.
Okay. If there are no other questions or no other comments, the public hearing is now closed. If there are no other questions or comments by the board, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve A 22-0047.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. White and a second by Ms. Aldridge to approve this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Your variance has been granted. You're welcome. Next case is A 230001, Angianette Pitts, 2024 Morris Majestic Road, 35116. Would staff please present the case?
Yes, ma'am. Again, this is case A 230001. It's a request for variance for the terms of the zoning regulation to allow a tract to be zoned to A1 having less than 15,000 square feet and a lot width of 85 feet in lieu of the minimum required 100 feet. As you can see, that's just like an elevation picture of what's going on there. The property contains a small rural grocery store that has been converted to a residence. The property was on A1, from A1 agriculture to C1 in 1975. The structure actually was built in 1935. The grocery store on the property has been converted again to a residence. The creation of the tract predates current zoning prior to rezoning to C1. The same tract in the same configuration was zoned A1. Again, there are no hardships as it relates to the land. And at the at the January 12 public hearing of the Planning and Zoning Commission, they unanimously voted to recommend approval of the rezoning case pending the granting of this variance. Should the variance be approved, the County Commission will hear the rezoning case on February the 9th, 2023. Staff recommends approval for this case.
Thank you. Does any member of the board have questions for the staff or the applicant regarding this case?
No.
At this time, we'd like to open a public hearing regarding this item. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition or support to this request? Anyone? Come forward if not. I'm here. Oh, okay. So you didn't care about speaking. Okay. Sometimes that's okay. In that case, this public hearing is closed. If there are no other questions from the board members, may I have a motion?
I make a motion we approve case A 230001.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Aldridge, a second by Mr. White. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Your variance has been granted. Next item is A 230002, applicant Andrew French. I'm looking for an address. Oh, Rice Creek. That's all we have. Rice Creek subdivision. Lots and lots and lots of addresses.
22 lots.
22 lots. Okay,
Yes,
we'll just say that. Would staff please present the case?
Yes, ma'am. Again, it's A 230002. It's a summary request for a variance for the terms of the zoning regulation to allow construction of 22 lots within a recorded subdivision having 620 square feet of heated and cooled space on the first floor in lieu of the minimum required 850 feet of heated and cooled space. The total square footage of the residence will be 1613 square feet, exceeding the minimum 1,100 required total square feet for two-story dwellings. That's a rendering of what they're proposing in each of these 22 lots. So you can see the garage is on the bottom, which kind of is different from what we had imagined in the regulations. That being said, they do exceed the minimum square footage for one story on that zone district. The property was rezoned A1 to RG with conditions limiting the number of lots to 33 in order to maintain consistent density with the adjacent housing development from which the property is accessed. The proposed variance does not conflict with the policies of the comprehensive plan. Like, again, the proposed cumulative square footage exceeds the minimum required in RG zoning. However, the Board of Equalization records records the total square footage of these proposed houses in the smaller than the mean square footage of the adjacent lots in the neighboring subdivision to the north. There are precedents in your binder there, those precedents, the three precedents you can see and read right there, or you've looked at. So bear in mind, like I say, they're exceeding the square footage in the RG. Therefore, staff recommends approval of this case.
Are there any questions from the board members, for the staff, or the applicant?
No.
And just one question I ask is, they could build a smaller house,
Right.
less expensive house
Right.
on this lot, but these
Right.
will be much nicer
Yes.
two-story homes than what could be built if
Right.
they didn't build these. Okay. All right. No questions. At this time, we'd like to open a public hearing regarding this item. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition or support to this request? Come forward and give us your name and address.
My name is Andrew French, 107 Calumet Circle in Trustville. Reason for hardship is the topography on the lots that we're requesting the variance, that we don't believe we'll be able to build a product that could meet within all requirements, just due to the topography of the lots.
Any other questions? Is there anyone else that would like to speak to this item in opposition or support? If not, the public hearing is now closed. If there are no other questions or comments from the board, may I have a motion from the board?
Make the motion, we approve A23-0002.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. White and a second by Ms. Aldridge to approve this item. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Your variance has been granted. Let's get back to where I am. Okay. That's all of those items. Have the members of the board had a chance to review the case materials and minutes from the November 28, 2022 hearing that was sent electronically?
Yes.
We have a motion from Mr. White,
Second.
second by Ms. Aldridge to approve the minutes from November 28, 2022. Any other business? We have election of officers. Do I turn this over to someone else?
I guess they go, no?
Not necessarily, I mean, we just need a motion to, you can either do it by slate, you can do it by individual office.
I make the motion that we keep the same officers that we had last year.
Do you-
Yes.
I know, I figured that. All in favor of keeping the officer slate? We have a motion by Mr. White, second by Ms. Aldridge. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second to adjourn.
We're adjourned.
You do such a good job.
Easy peasy.